Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Unfortunately, we have another tragic event that happened in boxing. Nick Blackwell, Chirs Eubank Jr., two young fighters. They go into the ring fighting for the British, middleweight title, and unfortunately, one of them ends up not leaving the ring healthy, man. Nick Blackwell, he left the ring, but he was in a coma. He had bleeding in the brain. They say he collapsed. So as of now, he's like an induced coma. From what I read on Express, I think it's express.cu.uk. I'm reading on this article that they're hoping that he pulls through. They're hoping that he pulls through. I think the bleeding might have, it wasn't like, I think it was like outside the brain. I don't think it was like bleeding in his brain or whatever like that. But anyway, long story short, they're hoping that he's able to come out of the coma in like 48 hours, okay? So maybe like the next 2 days he'll be all right, hopefully. But, yeah, man, as far as like the fight and everything is concerned, good fight. The thing is that Eubanks Jr. he's got a lot of flaws, man. He's strong. Eubanks Jr. is strong. Tyson Fury mentioned it on iFilm London. He sort of expanded about the fight, thinking the fight should have stopped in the 8th, and it probably should have, because that's when Eubanks wailed on Nick Blackwell, and Nick Blackwell didn't respond back, right? And then Tyson Fury mentioned that Chirs Eubank, he's on that level, as far as being world class, but as far as him being separating himself from the world class level, as far as going ahead to be like a champion or whatnot, he's going to have, as far as dealing with the elites, he's going to have a good jab. And I saw that myself in the fight that, he mentioned he didn't really improve since the Billy Joe Saunders fight. And I had to say that, man, in the O'Sullivan fight, in this fight here, I think so about, 2 fights removed from the Billy Joe Saunders fight, I didn't see too much improvement and stuff like that. He looked like the same guy to me. But, yeah, man, he needs to work the body. His father was saying, man, you got to go to the body, and, get this guy out of here. You're not going to get him out going to the head. And he was... Eubank Sr. had mentioned in his article that he was expressing concern for Nick Blackwell's health, because he was like, man, this dude ain't going down, and my son's kind of wailing on him. He had made a statement that he's like, man, he should have stopped it. I think he was even pounding on a canvas. From what I read in this article, what's his name? Chirs Eubank Sr. was slamming on the mat, telling the referee was Victor Luna. I can't pronounce this guy's name, and his name was Victor Lulin or something like that, Lulin or something. Anyway, he was trying to get the referee to go ahead and stop the fight. And, yeah, man, they probably, somebody should have stopped it, but that's hindsight 2020. The doctor stopped it, but that wasn't until the 10th after the dude had the swelling. But anyway, back to Chirs Eubank Sr. He was saying to his son, he was saying this. He said, he made 2 statements, man. He's like, I don't know what to tell you. If the ref doesn't stop this and you keep beating him like this, then 1, he is getting hurt, and 2, if it goes to a decision, I don't know why the ref hasn't stopped it. You know what I'm saying? He was saying that. Then I think he believed, he said this too. Said, He said, "Don't get, I don't get why, I don't get why. So maybe you shouldn't leave it to the ref, but you're not going to take him out to the face. You're going to take him out to the body." You know, say so. Pretty much, I didn't read that all too well, but pretty much the gist of it was like, I don't get it why the ref hasn't stopped the fight, but we can't leave it to the ref. You gotta go ahead and knock him out. If you're gonna knock him out, you gotta go to the body. He's been saying that. One of the color commentators said that Eubanks Jr. Told him enough, but I think that was like I was thinking that was like just before the 8th. So I think that was the 7th, going into the 8th. He told him enough, and then the 8th he kind of like wailed on him. But what's his name told him again? He was like, "Look, man, you got to go to the body." You know what I'm saying? So that second statement I read out to you, he was saying, "Hey, man, you got to go." I don't know why he ain't calling this fight, but what you got to do is just go to the body, else you ain't taking him out. You know what I'm saying? And then Eubanks Jr. He tried, man. I think he was trying to do it his way, because in the 9th he was jabbing, and then the 10th he was finally going to the body, and that's where he was able to set up them uppercuts, which led to the swelling on Nick Blackwell's eyebrows and stuff like that. His frontal lobe. So anyway, man, we had Tyson Fury speak on it. You had Peter Fury speak on it up on iFilm London. I don't know what anybody else was saying about it in the YTBC. I didn't get a chance to listen to everybody's videos and stuff like that. But shouts out to Chirs Eubank Sr. I guess he was involved in that Watson incident. When I was reading the article, a lot of people talk about that. I never saw that fight, but everybody talks about that, man. I think it was Eubanks versus Watson or something. I don't know if this guy died or he suffered some traumatic injury. And Michael Watson. So anyway, from my understanding, I think the Boxing Board of Commission almost got bankrupt after some lawsuit or something like that. But the British Boxing Board of Control, yeah, man. Crap, man. Hopefully he comes back, man. Hopefully hopefully he's just able to be healthy. Hopefully he can come out of this coma healthy, and he can go ahead. He's a young man. Dude's 25 years old. So, but yeah, man. Chirs Eubank Jr., I don't know what's gonna happen to him. I don't know if he's like a mandatory for something. He should be ranked in high in every sanctioning body as of now. I could have sworn he had an interim belt. Yeah, he did have an interim belt, man. I'm not on BoxRec, man, but I could have sworn he had an interim belt. Let me check on BoxRec real quick. Could have sworn he had an interim belt too. Forgot. He had the WBA belt, but I think that was an interim belt. Yeah, he had the interim WBA belt. I guess he dropped it, man. But he's got the British middleweight title. He can go and stay there for a while, man. What am I talking about, man? He's number one, so I don't know where he goes from here, man. Let's see, man. Let's see, man. I'm kind of ranting on, but let's see. My internet's kind of slow. Let's see who can fight. Well, we got Saul, we got Gennady Golovkin, Daniel Jacobs, Billy Joe just beat him. I don't know why Chirs Eubank Jr. is ranked higher than Billy Joe Saunders, but I guess he just beat the dude Nick Blackwell, who's ranked higher than him. I don't know how that works, bro. But anyway, I guess maybe it's the belt. But yeah, man, you got Andy Lee, you got Peter Quillen, Daniel Gill. I don't know if he's any valuable. You got Dominic Wade, who's fighting Gennady Golovkin. Then I don't know, man. Maybe he can move up in weight, but the rest of these guys aren't really valuable opponents to me. at 160. I can see why everybody's screaming for Grenada to move up, man. But he's got to fight Daniel Jacobs. But yeah, man. Then you got Highland. You got Jorge Highland, Sebastian Highland. I could have sworn he's fighting somebody else. But yeah, he can stay at 160 for a while. He didn't fight all these guys. So let me know what y'all think, man. About the incident, about Chirs Eubank Jr. Where does he go from here? And the state of 160, man. This fight there's names there, but it's not too many like, wow. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. I'll catch y'all later. All right, bye.